Good evening, everyone. My name is David Gilbert, your friendly neighborhood camp director, and tonight we are doing one of our webinars on the path to summer camp, one of at least 13 that we've got scheduled coming up to help you prepare your pack and your troop prepare for what's coming this summer. Majority of these webinars are going to be focused on troop-related things, a lot of them for your senior patrol leaders, but tonight we're going over our summer camp system, and I wanted to make sure all of the packs were invited too. That way you knew how to sign up your scouts for Cub Scout Adventure Camp, Weeblos Adventure Camp, and how to choose your Weeblos activities. So first and foremost, get used to this website here. This is our mvc-camps.org website. It can be accessed from a couple different ways. First of all, you can go to mvc-camps.org. The second is you can go to our council website, wherever I decided to hide that one. And you can go directly to the Mississippi Valley. And when it loads, you can scroll down to the button for camps, click that right there, and it'll take you back here. So either MississippiValleyBSA.org, click on camps, or MVC-camps.org. So we have a couple fun little buttons here. We got the little slidey bar that's going to take you a handful of different places, show you the different camps that are coming up for all program levels, including Cub Scouts and Weeblos Adventure Camp. And then down at the bottom, we have a bunch of options for you here, and we're going to focus primarily today on the summer camp registration system button. So down here, we're going to click on choose your adventure, which I absolutely love. And you're going to use the username and password that was emailed to the Cub Master or Scout Master on the 1st of April. If you don't have it, go ahead and reach out to us. You can throw your information down in the comments here of the live version. If you're watching this on the replay, hit us up at the office, contact Miss Teresa, contact Cord. We can get you your contact information, your username and password pretty darn quick. They're all set up and ready to go. Tonight, I'm going to be using one that we created just for a training purpose. So I'm going to be troop 9999. So when you log into the system, and for those who are watching it online, if you pre-registered, I went ahead and unlocked your troop. So you can log in right now on a separate tab, a separate browser, and you can see what's going on your end and start working on things a little bit early. One of the perks to come into one of our webinars. So when you type in your username and password, oh, you're going to love this one. You hit the log into summer camp portal button. Super complicated, I know, because it is the only button on the page. We did get rid of a pesky old thing from 2019 that we've been trying to get rid of. We finally found where that was hidden. Here is the lovely, beautiful summer camp portal, and there are 5 buttons that you get to click. Print rosters and schedules, sign up for merit badges and adventures, add edit scouts, add edit leaders, pay for camp, or view invoices. And I'll give you a little heads up, that button's going to change. We're working with our web company to do a whole bunch of edits to this website, and that's just going to be view invoice. You will not be able to pay on camp. As we've talked about in the pre-camp leaders meetings for Scouts BSA, Weeblos Adventure Camp, and Cub Scout Adventure Camp, the encouragement is for the Cub Master, the Scout Master, or your unit's camp coordinator to collect all of the money and bring in one check to the council office. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add or edit scouts. And you don't have any scouts yet, so you're going to need to add them. Right off the bat, we have a filter at the top that says choose camp. And when you drop down, you will be able to see a whole variety of different things. If you're a Cub Scout pack, you will be able to see all of the Cub Scout Adventure Camp sessions, the Weeblos Adventure Camp sessions. And you'll notice that over here on the left, it'll have your troop's unit number. So if you're in pack 1, it'll say 1, Mississippi Valley Council, your district, and then whether it's Cub Scout Adventure Camp 1, 2, or 3, Weeblos Adventure Camp 1 or 2. If you're with a troop, you will see your troop number the week that you told us that you are coming to camp on your campsite reservation form. And you'll also see all these others up here that start with 141, which is our council number, of course. So 141, and then week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. On the right-hand side, you'll see what the kind of camp is. So we have the 4 provisional camps in there. We have the Order of the Aero Service Corps for Saukenok and Eastman, the Saukenok Backcountry Adventure, which I'm very excited about, Trail to Eagle, NYLT, and Duty to God. These are for the troops. So what you'll first want to do is you'll want to scroll down to the week of camp that your unit is assigned. For the sake of keeping things in order, we're going to go with Sockanock week 1 because that's the first one that comes throughout my summer. Once you've clicked that, you will create a new scout. As you can see, I've already created Tommy Tenderfoot, but I want to create another new scout here for my troop, 9999, yours will be your own number, for my week at Sockanock Scout Reservation, first week of camp. When I create the scout, there's going to be a lot of info to dump in there. Ultimately, I don't need your address, but phone would be stellar. If a kid does not show up to camp by camp standards, I have to call the kid and say, where are you? Even if you as a scoutmaster or cub master tell me that the kid's not coming, I still have to make the phone call. Saves me a little bit of time. First name, last name, gender is important. Years at camp may be a good thing. So we're going to type in here, let's see, we already had a Tommy Tenderfoot. So why don't we add a Freddy first class? So we've got another scout in here. And we're going to say that Freddy is a female who's been in scouting for 3 years, and simply hit the green create button. So now my troop has 2 kids in it, a Tommy Tenderfoot, a Freddy first class. If I was going to do a Cub Scout group, I would come down to the Cub Scout session and I would create a new scout. If I've got scouts in my pack who are going to multiple weeks of camp, you will need to go to the different sessions and sign those kids up by creating them. If you're a troop and you've got kids who are going into Provo camp and kids who are going to NYLT and kids going to troop summer camp, you will have to go into each different camp and create that new scout. As you'll notice, when I was at Sockanock 1, I had my Tommy Tenderfoot and Freddy first class. When I switched over to the Provo camp, the kids disappeared. There's a reason for that. So I'm going to hop down here to Weeblo's Adventure Camp 1, and I'm going to, I must add a troop to a campsite to add a scout. I may have to go tinker with this, but the concepts are going to be relatively the same. So we're going to hop back out here now that we've got Sockanock 1 ready to go. SSR 1. We've got our Tommy Tenderfoot and Freddy first class. We'll just walk through it on the Scouts BSA side. And we're going to go to Summer Camp Portal, which is going to take us back to our main screen with our 5 buttons. I love buttons. They wouldn't let me change the buttons red because I just can't resist pushing a big red button. The add leaders is going to be the exact same thing. You'll click the drop down, you'll create the leaders. Just make sure that the troop number that you're selecting is going to be the correct one for your week of camp. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to hop over to sign up for merit badges and adventures. When I click on this, it's going to have my troop number or pack number if you're a pack, and it's going to say select session, and anything that I've added a kid into will eventually show kids in it. So right now I don't have anything in this, and so there's no scouts because I haven't put any scouts in it. For Cub Camp 1, for Weeblo's 1, I can select no scouts. But if I come to Sockanock 1 where I've added my kids, hey, here's Freddy first class and there's Tommy Tenderfoot. So a lot of the questions that we've had coming in at the office are, hey, I can't sign my kids up for merit badges because you haven't put in your kids by clicking on that add or edit scouts. So we're going to go ahead to Sockanock 1. We're going to select our troop. If you have kids signed up for multiple weeks of provisional camp or the Trail to Eagle camp, which has merit badges in it, you'll have to select which troop you're going to. Weeblo's Adventure Camp, you will select the one you're going to and sign up for the different adventures. Cub Scout Adventure Camp does not have any signups. You add your kids, and Cub Scouts, you're pretty well done. So I'm going to take a look here at Freddy First Class. And on the right-hand side here, I can see classes during the session. And on the left, it's got Freddy First Class's schedule. I can scroll down. I can take a look at all of the different activities going on. These are purely merit badges. There are a couple things we added in, like Friday Night Magic, which is going to be a blast. And when you're ready to find something that the kids are interested in, you simply click the Add button, and it's going to add it to Tommy Tenderfoot's schedule. So when I scroll back up, here we go. So Monday and Tuesday, I've got 2 to 350. And on for rowing and nature is Wednesday, Thursday. Friday Night Magic, 1 to 350 on Friday. You'll remember from our pre-camp leaders meeting that I hope you've all watched. If not, it's recorded and uploaded under the resources tab for nvc-camps.org, that we're doing block scheduling this year, which means typically your scouts will have no more than 4 merit badges: Monday, Tuesday morning, Monday, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday morning, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon. But there's a couple of them in there, like astronomy, that's Monday through Thursday from 9 to 10. There is one change that we made. Our shooting sports committee asked that we could extend the quantity of days that kids in archery, rifle shooting, shotgun shooting participate in that program compared to what we published back in November. So if you're involved in those shooting sports programs, you will go all 4 days in either the morning or the afternoon, which will benefit you as a Scoutmaster. Your kids are better going to walk away with a completed merit badge versus a partial, because they'll have more time to shoot. For Webelos, just like the schedule shows in the pre-camp leaders guide and on the pre-camp leaders meeting webinar, which you can find at nvc-camps.com, you'll be signing up for things that are 2 days or 3 days, and you'll have to go all 3 days, and it'll pop up on the schedule like this. So when I flip over here to Tommy Tenderfoot, I can then add him in for the activities that he wants to do. There is no error system that if you sign up for first class requirements and ATV at the same time, it will let you do that. So make sure that you're watching the times and hours when you're signing your scouts up for things after they've selected their merit badges approved by you as the Scoutmaster at one of the troop meetings. One more thing I want to point out for both Webelos, Scouts BSA, Troop Summer Camp, as well as the Trail to Eagle Camp, we do have a maximum number of kids who can be involved in each of the merit badges. Some of the ones we can do as a bigger group, like basketry, can take more people, but we've only got 5 ATVs at Sauconot. Cooking, we know that's been an issue. We want to make sure that your scouts walk away with a good program. That one is, I think, 15 people down here. Bird study, if you're going to participate in that, you have to give up 2 hours, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I guess it's the evening. So that might mean that that scout is not participating in the evening programs like the campfires at night, because they'll be listening to the birds with the lovely Sheree Norman. So we're trying a bunch of different things. Astronomy is going to be at night. That way you can actually view the stars all 4 days. Hopefully things are going to work out well. And as we prepare our Webelos for Troop Summer Camp that they'll be going to next year or the year after, you'll see that this is the exact same system. It's just, instead of block scheduling, it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 2 to 3 days, depending on which activity it is. But the good news is, compared to last year, if you take the Aquanaut, you get in the water all 3 days of camp. So we're splitting out those requirements, making sure that you get the maximum amount of time to have fun with what you're doing. There's 2 more buttons I want to show you on here. There's print rosters and schedules. So when I come in here, I see I gave myself access to all of the troops, but you'll see just the ones that your troop has access for. I can click on Scouts, and I can look at a list of the scouts that I have. I can also click on Troop Schedule, and they will have 1 kid per page. See, I listened to you ladies and gentlemen last year about making sure that they were 1 per page, so we didn't have to get the scissors and snip it. So here's Freddy First Class with his schedule, and here's Tommy Tenderfoot with his schedule. So you can go ahead and give this page, each page, 1 per scout, to each one of your kids and say, there you go. You can keep a copy of yourself, and this is available via mobile, so you are capable of viewing this even at Camp Sauconot for Webelos Adventure Camp, and Troop Summer Camp does have Wi-Fi. We're still looking at options for Camp Eastman, but I would not expect it this year. As I go back and take a look at our summer camp portal again, the last button we have, once again, we're going to change that. We're going to show you, we're going to take off the dollar amount that you're able to pay online, because we've already removed that feature. We don't want to raise summer camp prices on you. And so we're trying to find ways to make sure that we don't have to. And when we pay a $6,000 to $10,000 check, we don't lose any service fees. Or if you pay a $10,000 credit card bill, you know, we're losing a couple hundred kids worth there. When you tell Teresa how many kids that you have, When you come in to pay, she's going to put in a unit obligation. So I went ahead and put in that we've got 4 kids, and then I said we signed up 3 more kids. And so it's going to tell us that our total obligation is $21.35, and we've currently registered no payments at the office thus far. So Teresa has to input the obligations on the back end, and she'll also input the payments. So will Teresa in the Quincy shop. You can always check on this to make sure that you are good to go. Now on the back end of it, which has our lovely camp staff logo, and I log in under mine, I can take a look at your information. So I can look at 9999 at Sockanock 1, and I can see that, hey, you've put in 2 scouts and 0 leaders. So if you get a call from me or Mr. Boughton asking who are your leaders for summer camp, it's because we've noticed you've got 0 so far. And when we look at the unit finances, we can go ahead and we can put in an obligation, and we can choose whether it's summer camp, early bird, late fee, merit badge fees, if you're paying those ahead of time, ATV fees, for all the different activities that you're doing, half price camps. And we can also go in and we can add a payment. So I can come in and I can say, looks like I was playing around last year. Oh, look at that, me at the CE Trading Post. And we're going to say that you paid by unit account, or let's say the service center, and that you paid $1,000 of it. I can add that payment. Nope. I can create the payment, and it'll once again show me that you are $21.35, 1,000 paid, and on your end, you'll be able to see that you still owe $1,135, or if you have a balance due. So at summer camp, when we come to your campsite to check you in, we have this lovely little check-in report, and I can take a look at Sockanock 1, and I can say, hey, look at this. These numbers don't mix for 9999 at Davy Crockett campsite. I need to make sure I collect money. But looking over here at 2019, they've already paid. They got their obligations. They're good to go. We're awesome. For those of you who have already turned in your campsite reservation form, you'll notice that you've already got your $100 paid in there. So you've got credit, because remember, that gets applied to this year's summer camp. So I'm going to wrap this up and then stop the video and open it for questions. I do want to thank you for jumping on to our webinar series, The Road to Summer Camp. This was how to use the summer camp registration system for troops and packs. Our next one will be April 19th, next week at 7:30 p.m., which is planning your schedule. This is kind of geared for troops, and we've called it a Senior Patrol Leaders Council. So we're encouraging all of the Scoutmasters to sit on it and listen, but get your senior patrol leaders engaged, because they're the ones who run your troop. And as we try to improve our unit health, support your program, we're going to be doing it by the book, according to my program director, Kim Thompson, and I support that 150%. But you'll see we also have all about the Trail to Eagle camps, merit badges, prereqs, objectives, expectations, all about NYLT, duty to God, all about the Sockanock Backcountry Adventure, which already has a handful of kids signed up for it, arriving and checking in at camp, all about multiple weeks of camp that are half price, by the way, Provo Camp, improving your dining hall experience, one of my favorites I'm looking forward to, how to have leaders meetings, PLCs, troop meetings, camp interpatrol activities. And then, of course, we've got the General Weeblos and Scouts BSA pre-camp leaders meetings #2, and then an open forum Q&A for all camps. I believe Mr. Boughton and Mrs. Titus, we're going to add a few more webinars in here for the Cub Scout camp program, so stay up to date, check back on this frequently. And I wouldn't be a very good camp director if I didn't plug our pre-order catalog. Oh my goodness, look at those t-shirts. They're gorgeous. Those Eastman ones, those colors. The stellarness of the Sockanock ones, patches are coming up. Oh, Weebles, that's a beautiful one. Oh, those look like they're kind of based off the national parks. What are we doing here? Dump cake mix that your parents can have delivered to the campsite, soda packages, hot dogs, Gatorade Magic, The Gathering, belt buckles, silly pint tumblers that bounce when you drop them, toothpick holders. They're toothpick holders. And of course, you can buy your merit badge kits ahead of time. Make sure your kids can spend their money at camp on the fun things. We've got stuff for NYLT camp staff and of course, Trading Post gift cards. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget all of this can be found at mvc-camps.org as it loads. And we will take this webinar, we will post it here under resources, and we will dump it to all of the appropriate camps that you see flashing across my screen right now.